Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Once again, please don't forget to like and subscribe. Anyway, hopefully or sana ay nasa mabuti kayong kalagayan and you guys have a great day and enjoying this finally good weather. We have been we've been having rain here this past few days and finally we have a break. Weather here is really good. So anyway, guys, I'm here. I'm gonna continue my story about my childhood, the one I remember. That was like this one. I think I'm gonna say about me growing up when after I got adopted. Like I said, my grandma was very strict, and by the time she adopted me, this adoption that was keep saying is this one is have no papers. You know, we don't do to this WD or whatever it is to work everything to get a paper to be illegal adopted. This one, she just went to her sister house and then she saw me up there and said, "Who's that girl?" And I said, "Oh, that's Edgar's sister." And I said like, "Oh, I want her. I'm gonna take her home." And that's it. When she left, she took me with her, bring me to her house. So there's no legal adoption on this thing. So it's just like, you know, just pick me up and took me home. That's it. And nobody complained and nobody, hey, you know, since like I don't have my parents anymore and no one's gonna cares about it. So by the way, by the time she adopted me, I was like I said, I was so young that time. And then that time she smoked and drink. So the problem with her when she smoke or when she drink is not really good when she get drunk. I have too much like bad experience with her. She will beat me or hurt me when she get drunk with I don't know, no reason, I guess. And then the one thing you know, when the thing is when she's hurt me or, you know, if I do something wrong, is the punishment is she's gonna let me kneel in the ground or in the floor with the salt, the rock salt, because that's the only time we have is the rock salt. So that is hurt, and it's not only few minutes. I will kneel on that rock salt until I pass out, and then or until I fall asleep, because she would not tell me to get up. That's enough, you know, you can get up, thing like that. I will, you know, sleep with it, and then, you know, I woke up, oh, I'm still in trouble, something like that. So my really bad memories is when I think one time she was drunk, that, you know, I'm a kid, I'm not even like 10, or maybe I was 7 8 years old, something like that, I don't know. She got drunk that she got so mad at me for no reason, I guess because I was playing something and I didn't do any chore in the house. She grabbed a knife. Oh, it's not a knife, I would say machete, but in Tagalog it was itak. And she was so mad, she was already hitting me with a wood stake, and she was like hitting me bad. And I was, of course, I was already screaming. That time we don't really have neighbors, you know, we're like, you know, we don't have even we have neighbors, probably neighbors were not gonna say, hey, don't do that, because they're scared also of my grandma. So she was hitting me. We were down, our house was I don't know if I can call it a story, because we have only our house, it was high and it's like, but in the bottom it was nothing in there. That's usually we use it as our pig shelter in the bottom, and you know, we use that for our stock. We stock our woods in there, so it was really like really tall, you know. But underneath is like it's all like dirt, a wooden dirt, but it's dry and clean because, you know, we clean it. So that time I was, we were downstairs. I was under that house. So she is my grandma. So she's, come home, and for some reason she got so mad at me, maybe because, I didn't feed the pig, or, I didn't clean anything. Hold on. I gotta sneeze. So she got so mad at me, so start beating me, and of course I was screaming, crying. And then one thing I see is she grabs some cherry, and she said like, if you're not gonna listen to me, I just go ahead and cut your arm. And then she just like, and then of course I was like doing like this, trying to go hide my arm, thing like that. I was like, please don't do that, grandma. Please, I won't, I listen to you now. Even it's not, I don't do anything wrong. When she was get drunk, she's just gonna go, she'll just go hurt me, something like that. That's what when she was still younger, when she wasn't sick yet that time, she's still like strong. So she started like getting that, and then we were like, finally, this is the first time I was start trying to, not fighting about her, but I was trying to self-defense myself, trying to hide my arm. And finally, because she was beating me with the stake, so finally she got my arm, and she just put it in the wood, and then she was like, I think trying to, cut my arm, and I think I passed out. That I don't even know what happened. I passed out, and then when I woke up, I was, up in the ground, was still laying on the ground with all the woods. And then I think she was upstairs that time. She just probably just like, oh, what the heck I was doing. So I passed out that time. Then I woke up. I was still so scared about it. But I, look on my arm. I was like, oh, I don't have no cut, but my body was hurt because, she was like beating me so bad. That's how the way she's disciplined that time. That's how I grew up. I grew up with, she's really good. One thing that she never let me do is I never got hungry. She always fed me, when I was growing up. But that's the only problem she had. When she get drunk, she gets so mad at me no matter what. Even in the middle of the night. Even in the middle of the night, I'm asleep. Usually I get up because she will start throwing up, and then she will get mad at me, and she will like start hurting me. And then here I am, I'm still like trying to boil the water so I can clean her up, or I can, get some washcloth and, clean up her face, because she was throwing up because she was too drunk, like that. And I still, I don't know, I guess because that time I have nowhere to go, or I don't have my parents, to run, and, she's the only one who cares about me, even she do that. I don't know, I guess she's remember, what she was doing to me. So that's how I do. So I guess that's why probably I become really, I'm so thankful that I'm not like that. I never hurt. I mean, I will discipline my child, but in a good way, with no reason. I never do that to her. So she would do that too. And then one thing also I remember, but I think this one probably is my fault. She like when it get too dark, or it's around 5 or 6 p.m. I had to be inside the house. I can't go out anymore. Of course I was a child. I would not, this is the time that kids will go out and go in the street and go play. So I was there, just playing with, with all these kids, enjoying the, that afternoon before, I go inside, but I kind of forgot about it. And she got so mad that I was still up in the street playing. And then she came to me, and she was so mad. This time she wasn't drunk. Like I said, it was my fault. She come up to me, and she have this what do you call that? It's not a string. It's a big rope. She had rope in her hands. And she said, okay, if you're not gonna come home, I'm gonna tie you down on this tree. They have a tree by next to the street. And then that tree, they have a lot of ants up there. And then she tied me down up there around. And then I just was up there, you know, I was so embarrassing with, you know, all that kids, all my friends I was playing. And so I was just there standing crying. And then, you know, while, you know, ants was biting my feet. So I was just crying up there. And our poor dog, he was up there guarding me and, you know, start kind of barking, probably was telling me, come on, let's go home. And of course, I was so scared to get out on that, to get off on that tree. She didn't really tie me really hard. I think she just, you know, she make sure that I was able to get out on it. But of course, I have trauma already, so I'd be scared to do it. So I was just there until she told me, are you gonna come home or not? And, you know, I was just there. And then finally, our neighbor went up there and untied me, and she said, you go home now, you know, you stop, you know, you go home up there. It's dark already. So I went back home. And I didn't even went upstairs right away because I was still scared. So I was just like on one step, two steps. So I was just on the two step. I was just sitting up there. And I think she knows I was already there. And, you know, it's like about time to eat. And it's like, are you going to get up here? Go get cleaned up. Because one thing she likes, she want to be clean. She want me to be clean no matter what, you know. So like in the morning, I'll go shower, no, take a bath, no shower, because we don't have shower. So I'll take a bath. So in the afternoon, you know, around 5:30, because, you know, we're outside most of the time. So she want me to go clean up my body. So when I go to bed, I'm clean. So she's like, you get out, clean up. You go up there, clean up, you know. So clean up your body, self. So I went up there, clean up myself. And then finally it's like, all right, come on, go eat, because we're just two of us in the house. So I finally eat. So I was like, oh, yay, finally she's not mad at me anymore. So I would just like go eat. And after we eat, of course, I do, you know, dishes, thing like that. I go clean up, wash the dishes. And then, you know, after that, I go get we don't have bed that time. So we never have bed. The thing we sleep is, we sleep on, we don't even have the foam. We call it, I don't know how we call that. We call it, oh my God. We have something that we just lay on the floor, you know, and then, but we have pillow, we have just the thin blanket, not thick because it's hot. And then we have mosquitoes. So I just, you know, prepared our, you know, we always think, yeah, are we gonna rain tonight? Thing like that. Because, you know, our house is kind of big, you know, just two of us living. So we don't like sleeping on we have one bedroom, but we don't like sleeping up there because it's hot. So usually we sleep in the living room, you know. That's why, you know, I put all our, you know, our stuff. I just like lay up there, put pillows, and then, you know, I put mosquitoes in it. So usually I ask her, where we gonna go sleep tonight? You know, half of her house was we have a stainless rope, so that thing is hot. So, and then half of our house, it was a nipa rope. So usually we like to sleep on the others. It's like on our dining room. We like to sleep up there because, you know, it's not hot because we have the nipa rope. So that's where I go get, you know, prepare our, you know, stuff. And then by 7 o'clock, you have to be inside that bed. So I have to be inside that have to be sleep already. So that's how I'm growing up. So my grandma's, like I said, she was a smoker. She smoked like really bad, drink bad. One time also, I think this is one thing also, she got like stopped drinking, because one time she went somewhere, and then I was just home by myself, and I was, you know, one worried where she at, because I had no idea where did she go. So I was just by myself, already midnight, and I fall asleep outside instead of going inside and sleep, I fall asleep on our stairs waiting for her. And then she come home. This is that time that I never got spanked. Thank goodness. So she come home and realized that I was outside waiting for her. And then guess that time she kind of like felt sorry about it. And after that, I just like she never go far anymore, to go drink, like to go to her friend's house and drink and stay up there almost all night, because she kind of start getting worried about me, because I never go, it's like I said, I was outside waiting for her. And also smoking. So she used to smoke really bad. She even get up in the middle of the night and smoke. That's how bad she smoked. So when I was in school, most of my friends was always tease me, oh, your grandma is like a pipe, the car, because by that time, most of the car, we call it jeepney in the Philippines, they use a diesel. So when they run, mostly they have that smoke coming out on that pipe thing, whatever it is. So they always tease me because, of course, they see her because she always sit in our balcony and smoke and smoke. So most of my friends, this is the boys, most only boys, they always tease me, my classmate. So one thing I got really into that enough is enough. I got in trouble at school also. I was like my grandma also. So I was on a garden at school. I was like planting some vegetable things. So I have this kind of small knife, something. So he was up there, really teasing me and, doing like la 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 blah, so doing garden. So I got so mad. I got up and start chasing him. And then my poor teacher was taking a nap because it wasn't, it was our lunch break. So my teacher was taking a nap. And then some of the kids will start screaming, and then my teacher got up and saw me was, trying to catch my classmates, and I was holding this knife because I was so mad at him. And finally my teacher started screaming on me, and then and then finally, I was stopped, and she was so mad at me, and it's like, what the heck is wrong with you? Why are you doing that? And of course I was crying because like, well, he's been teasing me too much. He kept telling me my grandma is like a smoke pipe or something. It was, say smoke. So of course I get into a principal office. Of course they call my grandma. My grandma's like, I never get in the principal office. So they call this time we don't have telephone. So they had to go to my house, some of the kids, and tell my grandmother, hey, the principal want to talk to you. I think I got in trouble. And then my grandma's kind of wondering what the heck she did, because she knows that I'm not a trouble person. I am not, I am not a trouble person. Just like, what should she do? So of course she went up there to bail me out because the principal will not let me go. And even though the principal is kind of like my grandma's kind of cousin, but they don't considering thing like that, because I did something wrong. So they went up, and so of course she went up there, and she got up there, and then the person is like, what did you do? And of course I start crying, and it's like, well, my classmates have been teasing me so bad, and it's like, I can't take it anymore. He been teasing me almost every day, that you smoke too bad that you look like your mouth is like a pipe on the car, on the jeepney. And my grandma realized that that if she doesn't stop smoking, probably I'll be in trouble for the rest of my life, or while she's still alive. She didn't get really mad, and it's the first time, hallelujah, I never got spanked when I get home. So because she saw I was scared, because like, oh boy, I'll be in trouble when I get home. I'm gonna be, I'm gonna get beaten. So she realized about that, and guess what happened? She quit smoking. That one thing, she just quit, and I think I just probably thankful that things happen. So she quit smoking, and she kind of, she was getting older, and then she start getting sick, and then she doesn't drink that much anymore. But even though she doesn't drink that much anymore, she's still very strict. I can't go anywhere. She is just really the only especially when I was, as I was growing up. uh, and then one thing also I did, I went into fight once. Oh, this one also, this guy, he's been bullying me. He was a bully. He's just like our neighbors, maybe. Just he's not far where he wasn't far where I live. So he's just a bully guy, because all kids kind of scared of him. So one time I was just like got into it also. It's like, enough is enough. I'm not gonna take that bullying from me. So I actually went fight with him. And guess what happened? I won. I was fighting with him that, he's a, boy, and I was just like, this is my body. Probably I'm smaller, and this is my body, because I was just a kid. So I went on top of him, and I was really punching him, thing like that. It's like, enough is enough. You can't do this to me the rest of my life, or the rest of our teenage life. And then our poor neighbor, we saw us that we were fighting, because this kid finally realized that, I'm not backing out. So she jumped from her window just to stop us fighting, because, she was scared that I might, hurt this boy really bad. It's like I might pick up some rock and hit him. So she just jumped in her window and ran and pulled me up on top. And it's like, what is wrong with you? But they knows that, he was a bully. He was a bully guy. And then it's like, what is wrong with you? You go home. And then my grandma didn't even know that I went up into the fight. And then I went back home. And then that time she told me to go buy some salted fish. I did went by, and then I bring it home, but I didn't bring it upstairs. I just left it downstairs, and then I went back up there to fight with him. That's how the way I am. So, and then I come home, and then my grandma's like, why take it so long? And then I was still kind of like, so, kind of mad. And then my grandma's like, I didn't get hurt. I didn't do anything, because when I don't know what happened, but when I fight with him, I got him really good and pinned him down in the ground. And I was like, he was like in the ground, like can't move, and I was in top on him and like punching him really bad. And I think it's covering his face or something. But I was punching him really bad. And then my grandma, so where you been? And then I told my grandma finally. And then guess what she said? Good for you. You had to stand up for yourself. You don't let anybody bully on you. You go, if you can take it, you can handle it, you can do it. I said, oh, okay. I thought I'd get in trouble. And guess what happened to that boy? He never bullied me anymore. And then when we're kind of like growing up, we kind of like already like 10, maybe on 16, 17. And then we kind of like start hanging out. And then he will remember. It's like, did you remember me when we have fight? And then you were like really on top of me. I was so scared. I wasn't thinking that you're really gonna do that. I thought you'd be really scared. I was like, no, I will, stand up myself. But I think that's the only trouble I did, other than that, I never do any gossip. I don't like gossip anything, or, it's just like that. I don't like drama. And then my grandma, even though she was so strict and she will, spank me, hurt me, something like that. But when she heard something about gossip about me, because she knows that I will not stand myself, or I will not go up there and fight a bit, because I don't like fighting. I just and that's okay. They'll get, and they get over it. That's how the way I do. But this time, my grandma's like, it is your reputation that I'm trying to protect, because Philippine people, especially older people, they always like try to protect yourself, thing like that. So when she gets some kind of chismis or gossip that is not true, she will get so mad, and then she will go to this house or to this person, and she's like, you don't do that to her, because I know she'd never do that, and she would not tell anybody, because I never have like I think I never have any like a boyfriend up there, but they're having that gossip that, oh, you know, Inay was like this, she was with this guy, and she knows she had a girlfriend already. But these people did know that a lot of my co-workers, it was close to me, they even go come to our house and spend a night. Not just one guy, there's like too many, so they like to go to the house and go spend a night. And of course I slept next to my grandma. So, and then most of our neighbor, they get really shocked when they knows that, uh, oh, he got married, and what happened to you? Are you not hurt? I feel sorry for you. And I said, for what? And they said, oh, your boyfriend got married. I was like, he never been my boyfriend. He's just my good friends. They're all my girlfriends. My friends, they all treat me as a sister. They all call me different, here in America, we all call honey, love, something like that. They call me, not even my name. It's just like a sweet name. They call me Iying up there. And it's like, they're not my boyfriend. They're all my friends. They're all just my good friends. None of them is not my boyfriend. So that's where my grandma gets, really mad about it. But even though she was like that, guys, even when I was already like 18, 17, I still get beaten. I still get, when she don't like what I do or something, she will whip my butt. That's what gonna happen. She will beat me or something. She doesn't care if they have people in front of me or I have friends in front of me. If she don't like, what we're doing, or I don't know, we don't really do. I don't, never smoke. I'll be around with them drinking, but like, it's just the same right here. I'll be just like watching them drink, because I don't really drink. Maybe one just one shot or something like that, and that's it for me. So if she said, it's time for bed, you go in, you go in, by the, like, well, around when I was teenager or 18 to 20s, she kind of like calm. So when I was younger, I go to bed at 7. So in that time, I will ask him, can I go to my cousin's house after we eat dinner? Okay, you have to be home by 9, or maybe latest is 10. Otherwise, if I don't be at the house, but this is not far, it's just the next door. So if I don't be home that time, she's gonna lock me out, so I'm not gonna able to go inside the house. Or otherwise, she will call me, hey, it's time to it's time to come home. Okay, so I will come home like that. She's so very strict. In my town, this is around me, we have a lot of things going on. We have dance is in the open courtyard. It's like Saturday, like that. So of course, I love to go up there. I like to dance, with my cousin. But before that, I have to beg her, so she can't let me go. So I would, that day, like Saturday, I get home from work, and then I will, clean the house, of course, I got to cook, and I have to go pile our water, so by the time we're done eating at dinner, I have enough guts to ask her. It's like, Grandma, can I go with my cousin to the dance? Promise we're not gonna stay. She will say, okay. Well, the dance doesn't start until 10, because that's where mostly people goes up there. But the music will start around 6, thing like that. So people, from other place, usually they be there around 10. She said, okay, but come home at 10. And it's like, that's all that people just start coming, so it's not really fun, she said, okay, you can go. Only 7. The only people was there is the kids running around, and there's no people, there's no ladies sitting up there in the middle, and there's no dancing. So it's like, no, we'll go up there 9. And all right, come home at 10. It's like, it's only 1 hour. So my latest one, maybe I think one time, we stay up there kind of until 12. And then I was on my way home and I see my grandma walking and I was like, oh boy, I'm in trouble. I saw she was so mad at me because she said it was too late and I got kicked. The heck, you are like, yeah, I told you to don't stay up late. I was like, well, this is the, and one thing also, I can't really say anything about it. I can't defend myself because, in the Philippines, we grew up that we can't talk back to the older people, older than you. It's like, I can't talk back. You can't say anything. It's really different. It's changed a lot now because, me growing up, when we have visitors in the house, I can't join with them in the table. When they're talking about, when they're chatting, I can't. I had to go somewhere in the corner and sit because, that's, disrespectful for them if I had to be in that. And I can't even say any words unless they will ask you, hey, oh, they're gonna ask me to get something, then that's the one I will go up there. Or if we're gonna go eat lunch, then I can join in that table. But if I'm not eating and they're just, sitting in that table and they're talking, get out. You're not adult. You're not allowed to be in this table. You're not allowed to, to be in it. So when she get mad at me, I can't talk back to her, or I can't defend myself because she will slap me. I get slapped so many times. She'll slap me. Yeah, I get slapped from her. But all in all, I still thankful for her. What she did to me. Like I guess it was just guiding me. With all that, all of it, with guiding me to be be in the good manner, for the good manners too. So for my brother, my bad memories with my brother when I was younger. Oh, I don't even have memories. They just told me. My oldest brother, this is Edgar, that was his name. He said that I have, it's like, why I have a scar in my forehead up here. I don't know if somebody, probably no one's gonna know it. My brother threw me, he threw some coconut on my forehead up here because he said I was so getting annoying because I was asking him to open the coconut because of course I was young, I can't do it yet. So he did open the coconut. Not open, I asked him to take the skin off because it's so hard and thick. So he did, but after he did it, he threw it, that hit my head up here. I have scar in here. And then he told me also when I was so young, that's this back then, my parents were still alive. Probably I was a year old or something. He was so jealous about me that I was too close to my dad because he said I was a daddy's girl. That he got too jealous that that time we don't have electricity because we live in the rural area. Like we only have lamp. We have, I think we put some gas in it and then we put some kind of cloth in it and then light it up. That's how our light at night time. So he said that he got so jealous that he picked up some plastic and burned that plastic and put it on my legs. That scar is still on my legs. It's still up here. And then of course I was young and I don't remember that time, so I was screaming and crying, and he was so scared that he ran off because he knows that he's in trouble. And then when my dad came home, they knows that he's in trouble, that he's gonna get beaten. I don't know. I think that's how back home. Maybe that's our tradition in the Philippines. You have to bear. You're gonna go spank him, hurt him. Bear. That's how I guess the discipline. Because that's how I grew up. But I think right now it's different now because Philippines is kind of like trying to be like an American style, that you cannot hurt the kids anymore. This, like, if you get hurt, you get we call police, something like that, and you get in trouble. But back then, mine, no, that's how I grew up. So my brother ran off for a few days and never come home because he was so scared of my dad. What he did to me. And then my other brother, I don't really have much, really much memory on him. I don't know. I guess, like I said, because we were too young, he don't have story on me that what he did to me, thing like that. I guess it's kind of probably the cold brother. But after, like I said, after my parents died, we got all separated. My other brother got adopted, and then my oldest brother got adopted, and like I said, I was just left behind. So I don't have memories I don't even remember my parents' their what they look like. But my aunt and my uncle, I asked if they have a pictures of my parents, and he said no, because in the Philippines, we're known as, we have a typhoons almost every year. I don't know how many times. So no, pictures, they get drawing, with typhoons, because where the house will get, they get wet, so they don't have one. So what they said to me, if you're kind of wondering what your parents look like, just look at you, on me, and my other brother. That is my Kuya Edgar, because we're just look alike. Me and my Kuya Edgar were really look alike. When I was growing up, sometimes he'll come and visit me. This is the time before he went to Manila. Most of my friends, they think that we're our twins, because they said, hey, your twins are here. And it's like, what do you mean? It's like, you're twins. And it's like, I don't have twins. I was like, oh, that boys look like you. It's like, oh, that's my brother. So we're just look like, we're just really look alike. So that's what my aunt and my uncle will say, just look at yourself, and that's how your mom or your dad look like. My mom's side, they were short. They were like, they're short people. And then my dad's side, they were tall. I think that's why we got our height. For me, back home in the Philippines, my height, that's considering that I'm tall, especially my brother. So when I met all my cousin on my mom's side, they all look at me and look to their dad, and it's like, how come they're tall and then we're short? And then my uncle would just said, oh, because they got that from their dad. Their dad was tall. So that's what, probably I got, my body and mom's side, and then that height also my dad's side. And then one thing also I remember, this one I'm already like grown up. This time I went back to Philippines from here. I went back there to visit. And then we were in the taxi. I don't know where we're going, but three of us were in the taxi. So the taxi driver kept staring at us on the back seat. And then finally the taxi driver asked me, are you guys our brother? And I said, yeah, we're brother. And it's like, oh, so is the other one is your cousin? And I was like, no, we're all brother. And then the taxi driver's like, oh, I'm sorry, I thought you and your other brother, because you guys are just look alike. And then my other brother, it's not look alike on us. He was different. He's different and short. He was not tall, but he get like a little bit chubby and different face and short. So me and my Kuya Edgar were tall. Efren was short. I was like, no, we're all brother. It's like, oh, he's the youngest one. I said, no, I'm the youngest one. I was like, oh, okay, I'm sorry. The thing I miss my older brother, Kuya Edgar. It is because he's just like a caring person. He just went up to the wrong path. When he was kid, he was sick. He got some kind of bacteria got into his body, because he grew up on the farm, rice field, thing like that. So he got this kind sometimes a disease, they got into his body, but they were able to not really fix it. They were able to get that, and then he was good, but that bacterial got into his body, were not able to get it out. So they stay on his body, but it was all dead on his body. He said he'll be fine as long as he stay away from the fresh water. But when he got to Manila, he was doing good up there like that. I miss him a lot. He's really caring brother, because well, when I got here, he will call me and hey, when are you coming home? And I said, well, I don't have that money yet. And I said, well, I don't really care about money, as long as you come home so we can spend time. This is the opposite. My other brother, when we talk, and will ask me, when you coming home? And I said, like, no, I don't have money yet. And then Will said, oh, don't come home if you don't have money yet. Just send that money. Just send that money you're gonna spend for your ticket, or you're gonna buy for the ticket. Just send it to us. Just don't come home. See, that's like really, really, way different. They're just a really opposite, I guess because, like I said, we never spend time with each other. But my kuya Edgar, we kind of like band, but Efren, I never band with him. We just like see each other like a day, and that's it, kind of like that. And then after that, we're not gonna say again for a long time. But him and my Edgar and Efren, they're really, they will like, they see each other all the time, because their both was in Manila, except me. So thing like that. So he was, I don't know, my brother just, I wish, he was too young to die. He just went up to the wrong path. He got into bad situation that I can't, I wasn't even know, I just find out when he died, because, that time it's kind of like hard to reach for me, because, people don't really have much number, I guess, on me, kind of like that. So now finally somebody able to reach me when I was there and tell me, what's happened to my brother. And I was just like, cry so bad and devastating about it. But anyway, he left some good memories, like his kids, and she just trust me. And then when he was dying, she just tell people that, please don't let anybody take my kids except my sister. She just tell anybody she will not allow anybody to take his kids except me. I'm the only one can take the kids, can take care of it, which I did. They're all growing up now. Like I said, they have 2 of them is already married, and two of them is, I think 2 of them is still in school. And like I said, I'm hoping that they can be finished going to school. And same with my other brother. He got 4 kids, and I'm hoping one is married, and hopefully, he just got done his school. He went up to school for to learn Japanese, and last week he finally graduated. And then we're hoping that he'll be able to go to Japan and be able to help his family, her mom and brothers, and of course his wife and 1 child. So hopefully soon he'll be able to go. One of the oldest one, I think he went to school also, but I don't know what happened that he stopped. I guess because he got sick. So but the mom said that he'll continue to go to school maybe around June, something like that. But really, he wants to be a cook. He wants to be a culinary cook, but I don't think I can afford that. That's kind of like a lot of money to go culinary school. So he kind of asked me if it's okay if I don't go to school yet, and then I'll just gonna go try to go to learn how to speak Spanish, or not Spanish, Japanese. Then he'll want to go to Japan also and work, and maybe in the future he said he'll go back to school. The girl Edna Line, I don't know. I think she's still in school, and I don't really talk to them that much. When they talk to me, I'll talk, but I'm kind of the person that I'm not you know go and keep bugging them or talking to them like kind of like that. But I wish these kids will talk to me, not because they want something from me, because they want to talk to me and have conversation and ask me because, oh, we miss you, something like that. That's all I want. That's kind of want, because it's kind of something, it's kind of nice when you woke up in the morning and you get some message, and they will ask you, oh, how are you, tita, like that. Not because they will send you message because they want, hey, I need something. That's mostly they all like. That's they do. They only talk to me when they want something from me. It's kind of really like, kind of, I don't know, for me, I don't like that. But I guess I understand that sometimes it's kind of hard. But if you're on your phone all the time, you can always message your aunt or your tita that hey, tita, how are you? I just wanna ask you, how are you doing? How's your family back there? And we are good here, something like that. Not because like you're gonna send me message because you wanna ask something. But that's okay. That's how life goes. Anyway, so I'm already with all that, like I said, like with all that growing up to me, and it was kind of like it's hard to talk about it, when I remember all that thing. It's kind of hurt, even it's been like how long it is, 40 years, something like that, 37 years ago. And then my grandma's been dead for 21 years. Yeah, she's been dead for 21 years. I still that mind in my mind, because I guess you know but even it was that bad memory, but I still love her. It's like she changed a lot. It changed for me. Stop drinking, stop smoking. Just because I get in trouble, or probably she realized what she was doing to me. It's like hurting me, something kind of like that. So he kind of like changed everything, and of course she got sick. And of course I start working. I start working when I was on 5th grade. That's what happened. Oh, one time also I was on 4th grade, 3rd grade. After the storm around December, I got sick really, really bad. I thought that sickness will just go away, in a few days. But this one, not a week, not 2 weeks, but I think I got sick for 2 months. Because I wasn't, I was able to go back to school. I was already March when I went back to school. I got sick really bad, but my grandma never took me to the hospital. Guys, like my whole body is all red spot. Like even my tongue, my eyes, I got all that red spot on my body. And even when I go poop, they're all just blood, nothing. I was just like, I don't know. My grandma thought that I'm not gonna survive. She thought that I'm gonna die, because one time I woke her up and it's like, grandma, please, I'm so thirsty. So she got some pitcher and gave it to me, and I drank all of that. And then after that, I woke her up again. It's like, grandma, I'm thirsty. And she went and grabbed some water again, a pitcher, and I drank all of that. And then I don't know how many times I did. And then she finally said, well, can you just swallow your saliva? And I said, I don't have saliva. I'm so dry. I got nothing. So that time I was so dehydrated. So what, she was just start crying, because she said, she's not gonna live. By morning, I'll be dead. Because like the way how I act, asking her to get me some water. I don't know how many pitchers she brought to me, but that one is, even myself, that is like, I think this is it. I'll be living in this. this earth, that's all, God gave me. Because but no matter what I do, it's like no matter how I swallow my saliva, I got nothing. I was just too dry, and it was just not fun. And then I just like, I just start crying, and then I said like, I'm sorry, grandma, I don't think I can make it. I just can't do it anymore. And my grandma insisted not to take me to the hospital, because if you don't have money and then you're gonna bring me to the hospital, they're not gonna take care of you. They were just like, oh, you have to put 5,000 pesos to able to entertain me, or do like that. So my grandma just decided to just keep me in the house, for that long. I was sick for that long. Like I said, I lost all my hair, all my hair. I like just maybe little bit left on my hair. I lost all of that. Like, I don't have taste on the food. Like I said, like all my body's like all red spot in my eye, inside my eyes, my tongue. They're all just all kind. I don't know what was that, but thank goodness I was able to survive. When that morning came up and the sun came up, my grandma checked on me, and she was said, "Oh, thank God, I was still alive. I survived. I guess, drinking that, I don't know how many pitcher I drink. I drank ton of it. It was just, I don't know. I think we ran out of water in that house, by me drinking, because we have all this kind of, I don't know how they call it. It's like it's a container. So I think we ran out of that water that night, for me drinking all of it. So I guess, my body was kind of, no, you're dehydrated, just go drink. And I wasn't able to eat too. So when I was able to recover slowly, able eating, thing like that, and, I was bald. I don't know what kind, like I lost all my hair that time. So it was just few months I was sick. So, but like I said, I'm so thankful that, God give me new life again. And I'm here. Like I said, I was able to migrate, and maybe this is my best life, living with my child, with my partner in crime, Brian, and loving my animals. I always be animals lover, loving with my dog, my cat, of course, gardening. I'm just enjoying. I love playing golf. So none of all, I always thank God for this life. He gave me, with all this, give me an easy one. I always, that's always, I always thank with all my friends here, not here in Stillwater, because, I have friends, all my golf buddy, that's all, but like, most of my Filipino friends is in Tulsa, they're all, and then the one I always like close to her, it was Yati G, but she moved to Georgia, so I still go to Tulsa, but it is not the same anymore, because, we go to Tulsa, we think, we're going to Tulsa, where we're gonna stay. And because I kind of don't like bothering people, like, hey, I'm gonna go, can we come up here? And, we're gonna go stay up in your house. Kind of like, we have one place, Nanette, my friends, she have one room that she always, ready for us. And then one time it's like, hey, your room is ready here, which is really good. But she work also now, so I kind of don't like bothering her when when people work. I don't like bothering them when do that. So kind of like stay away going to Tulsa for a while. When we go up there, we try to go home, or if we know that we're gonna go up there, I'll just go get some hotel room. So, it's just gonna be not stressful for people, thing like that. So that's usually we do. Uh, but most of it, I still like hanging out with them. But since this COVID happened, we never like hang out that much anymore. But someday, we'll get there and be hanging out a lot again. So, guys, that's my story for my life, ang buhay ko So like I said, I've been happy, you know, living in this town, small town. I'm happy here. So guys, please don't forget to like, maybe share and subscribe. Thank you for supporting my YouTube channel. You know, in the future, probably I'll be able to help some people back home. You know, not much, but you know, when not much, you know, but you know, I'll be able to help with them when we need it. But you know, this is the purpose why I opened this YouTube. You know, guys, I'm hoping, you know, when, because I'm kind of like always tired and too shy asking Brian. Sometimes it's like, hey, I need money, you know, I need to send money to Philippines, something like that. But you know, with maybe this YouTube, if this YouTube work, I'll be able to help them more, not all the time, but more help, you know, when they need it. So that this is my goal, you know, so just to get, you know, get this YouTube run. So I be have always, not always up, because I know YouTube, you know, you don't, if you don't have more view, or you know, you need to collect more subscriber, but mostly on views. If you don't have that much, I know you're not gonna make that money. So this one, you know, if this thing work, when some people need, my family is back home, if they need something, you know, I'm not gonna be, you know, try to ask Brian for money, thing like that, which is, you know, he doesn't mind, you know, if we have money, he doesn't mind, he would say no. But you know, sometimes I understand, you know, he pay a lot of bills, you know, he's the one who's you paying all the bills around the house, you know, he's the one who spend all for the groceries, you know, everything, insurance, car insurance, you know, like everything. I understand that, you know, he's the one who, you know, spend all that. So that is my goal, you know, if this thing work, maybe I can able to help a little bit around the house, you know, groceries, something like that. When me and Nikki go out, you know, me and Nikki likes to go and get some drinks, something like that. So if this one work, I'll be, you know, little bit able to help my family back home. So guys, thank you very much again for watching my YouTube. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And more subscriber, please. Shout out to all my family again back home in the Philippines. We love you guys. We miss you. Can't wait to see you guys. But, you know, we still have to wait maybe 3 more years before we go back home. But all in all, hopefully you guys, you know, be in good health, and you guys take care of yourself up there. My nieces, my nephew, you guys, thank you always for helping me and supporting me on my YouTube. All my friends, some of my friends, maybe more of my friends, thank you guys for subscribing or following me on my YouTube. All right, thank you guys. See you on my next video. Have a great day.